And that's why it's so hard for people to do the weird thing or say the weird thing and risk disappointing those relationships, because to disappoint, the close relationships you had would mean to be kicked out of the tribe or the community, which meant certain death, right? So the people who went against the grain for most of history were kind of weeded out because they didn't survive and they didn't last. Like no parent is going to let their child, marry and have children with the tribal asshole who's going against everybody, right? That's not going to happen, especially when you have 50, 100, 150 people. You're very protective of that. So to go against our tribes, our communities, the identities that we have is very difficult for us. Um, but what's really tough right now is up until social media and the internet, most of what we knew as kind of that tribe and that community was very physically close to us, which meant they had very similar life experiences, very similar lessons and upbringings and things like that. So we all, for the most part, kind of held very similar beliefs and had that one kind of main primary identity within that community. But the problem now is with social media, we're able to have all these different identities, different communities that can sometimes often be kind of co-competing, where to continue holding one identity means having to let go of an old identity, or reaching towards a new identity that you want means letting go of old identities and alienating or excommunicating yourself from communities and tribes that you had positive, beneficial relationships with up until that point, right? That's why, at its core, it's so hard for us to change and make changes, really significant life changes, is because that lonely period where we're in between the communities, in between the tribes, where, we're not quite the identity of the new tribe, we're not quite an in member of that new tribe yet, but also we're too different, too weird to be a part of the old tribe. And that lonely period, it feels like death, right?